Good morning. So one of my favorite types of videos to watch are art kit videos. So I thought that I would show you what is all in my current nature journal art kit, because you certainly can't go on an arty adventure if you don't have some art supplies. So we'll start with this bag that unfortunately I cannot link this bag in any way. This bag is kind of special to me. It was purchased at the Biltmore estate last April, so a whole year ago, April in 2024. I got to go visit the Biltmore estate with my daughter. It was actually a Christmas gift from my daughter and son-in-law, for her and I to meet there, and we spent about 3 days. It was about 2.5, 3 days exploring the Biltmore estate, and it was just a trip of a lifetime. Unforgettable scenery. So I purchased this little bag with these beautiful embroidered, and they're kind of flocked ferns on them, and this has become my nature journal bag. So let's take a look what is inside. This is my current nature journal. I actually haven't even used it a whole lot yet because I haven't had it for very long. So this is what I'm using for my nature journal itself. I have a little golden nature guide. This is an older edition about birds, American birds. And then I have, this is where all of my drawing and painting supplies are. So I think we'll look at the sketchbook first. This is a Moleskine landscape oriented sketchbook with some like multimedia paper in it. I haven't even filled it all out yet. Yeah, so I've just done a few completed spreads, and I have some partials started. And then this is the most recent spread I did, and this was about a trip here just a few weeks ago back down to North Carolina. So we won't get into that because there's another video about that. But so far I am really liking the paper. Oh, I guess I do. I have another one started here too. I'm really liking the paper. It's pretty smooth with just a little bit of tooth to it, but it's working great for drawing and for watercolors. It does have a little pocket back here, so I stuck in some watercolor cards that I thought would be handy to have. As well as this being a nature journal kit, it's also just great for on the go. And I do envision using this book for sometimes just for being on the go and like waiting someplace and having a few minutes to do a little artwork. So this is the sketchbook. We'll talk about these field guides. They're still making golden nature field guides, but whenever I find one of the older ones, especially, I love these that look really vintage. I mean, they are vintage. I snag them up because they are just so handy to have. They're fun to, if I need a book to give away to a student, because often you can find them fairly inexpensively. This one was illustrated by James Gordon Irving. Okay, this one, 32nd printing in 1962. So these books have been around for a while, but I absolutely love the illustrations. They're wonderful for if I have spotted a bird, but it flew away too quick before I got a chance to do a sketch of it, or if I just heard a bird on the Merlin app that I want to learn more about. These illustrations are wonderful to do a sketch from, and then they give you just the right amount of information about the birds, and they give you their range, which is very helpful. So I just keep this with my nature journal because I love everything in nature. I do love to learn more about birds, so that's why I have the bird one. Okay, and then here is my kit. This was from Amazon, and I should be able to do a link, even though I've had this for a couple of years now. I really like, it's just a pencil bag, and it wasn't very expensive. And I've set it up, used it, and then thought it wasn't big enough, switched to a bigger one, and then come back to it. It really is just the perfect size for either hiking or just carrying, like I said, when you're traveling, or just knowing that you're going to have a day where you might be stuck somewhere waiting. So on the outside, I have a couple of clips for clipping open sketchbooks. Let's see, I used to have some tissue tucked in there, but I think I took that out. I'll open it up. So this little pouch has 1, 2, 3, 4 sections to it. In the front two, I have, this is a whole set of, I have a couple of ProArt water-soluble sketching pencils, or graphite, water-soluble graphite. I love those for in nature journaling. So I have a couple of those stuck in there. And then this is what I was about to say. I have a set of Winsor & Newton sketch pencils. So it has black and gray, but it also has a sepia. It has a medium charcoal. I think there's 6 altogether, but I love this. I just love this set for sketching on the go. That was from Michael's as well. I do have one of my favorite Blackwing, just a sketching pencil. And I have a little click eraser. This is kind of redundant because I do have a kneaded eraser as well, but sometimes I like the convenience of just having a nice hard eraser that you can hold like a pencil. I have 2 jelly rolls that I use for adding any white that's needed over the top of my watercolor, like highlights to the eyes, or sometimes I use it for adding a little sparkle onto water. And then just a small set of the Staedtler pigment liners. These are fast becoming my favorite sketching pens with permanent black ink. I do like the microns still, so I do have a few microns, including a brush tip. Let's see, does that show up? Which is especially nice for writing in your nature journals. Okay, on this side I have a little Altoid tin. This is where my kneaded eraser is kept. And these little tins, aside from just being adorable, are perfect for keeping the kneaded eraser from getting stuck in things. I have a little sharpener. We'll come back to that. Over here in my water section, I have a little spritz bottle to spritz my watercolors. I have 2 sizes of Pentel water brushes. I have a masking fluid pen, which truthfully, I do not use this that much in nature journaling. I have a ruler, which can be handy when you're measuring plants, especially petals, that sort of thing. And then I do have one of my travel brushes in here. It's the, let's see, make it show up. It's the little flat head number 8. And I love this for doing washes and sky and like the expanses of water. So I often use this instead of one of my water brushes. I tend to use the water brushes more for doing the actual birds and plants, and the flat brush for doing like the scenery. And then I have a little art toolkit palette that absolutely love this thing. Love it, love it. It is magnetic. It is very well used. So I have mostly Daniel Smith watercolors in here, and then in this big pan, I don't know if you can see that, I have this is a little just little sample. It's kind of like I made my own paint dots. This was from a little tiny set that I found at Michael's. I'm drawing a blank on the name of the brand. It was a more expensive brand that I didn't have any of, and they were kind of earthy colors, so I wanted to try those out in my nature journal. I will look it up and I'll put it in the description because I am really liking them. I'm liking them a lot. I like everything about this art toolkit for nature journaling. Okay. I suppose before I put that away, I should show you. I do have, like, I have a sketch easel that has magnets on it that this will attach to. But with I found that I really don't like carrying that board around for nature journaling. So, as an alternative, I will take one of the clips if I'm needing things to be a bit more stable and clip the palette right on to the journal, and then that works really well. It gives me a little bit more, less loose items to keep track of. So that works nicely. Okay. If you have a favorite item that you cannot do without in your nature journal kit, I would love to hear about that in the comments. Something that I just don't have in here right now, that I always take is some type of, it's actually right here, a little piece of paper towel. Sometimes I stick it in the pencil bag itself. Sometimes I just stick it in the big bag. I do have one of those little exercise wristbands, which also works nicely for dabbing off your brush. So yeah. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this peek into my little nature journal art adventure bag. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks.